Yes, Cap.
You owe me.
Although The Crossroads, the MobLand Episode 7, successfully pulls the series out of the abyss it's been in since the captivating, if incomprehensible, opener, there are still so many errors as we approach the end that I don't think the MobLand plane will land. Despite the fact that it's too little, too late, Episode 7 at least provides a glimpse of the absurd, reckless spirit that made the series' debut worthwhile. The Crossroads staggers forward, oblivious to everything that has happened before. Although they are merely mentioned in passing, a few narrative points make their way back into the episode, as if to reassure us, hey, don't worry, we'll get to these plots soon. Phone conversations reference things like Bella, Laura Pulver, Antoine's Gregoire Collin, Shady Company, The Rat in the Family, and Kevin's, Padu Considine recollections of his time in juvenile prison. Immediately after we determine our course of action in the primary narrative. MobLand refuses to focus on one storyline. Since the start of the series, MobLand has been characterized by a clear lack of concentration. Although it was an interesting method to introduce us to the Harrigans and the London Underground for a pilot, the show feels disoriented after 7 episodes. The choice to combine entirely unrelated scenes, turning what should have been a 4-minute scenario into one that occupies more than half the program, is the best example of this. At a pub close to the Cotswolds, Joanne Froggatt, meets up with her friend Alice, Emily Barber, in Episode 7. While Harry, Tom Hardy, goes on a bloody rampage against Brendan, Daniel Betts, Seraphina's Mandeep Dillon kidnappers, Maeve, Helen Mirren, and Conrad, Pierce Brosnan, quarrel over trust, Eddie, Anson Boone, and Gina, Teddy Allen, form a friendship that becomes hot and heavy as they grouse about their respective fathers. In incredibly brief vignettes, each of these plotlines encircles the others. Occasionally, we only say a line or two in one thread before moving on to the next. When a relationship doesn't have time to grow, it becomes hard to tell how it's progressing. We cut to Jan and Alice just as you start to wonder where Eddie and Gina's relationship is headed. We cut to Harry shooting down Moroccan criminals just as it looks like Alice might be reconsidering her role as a mole. These threads have lost all of their weight by the time we get back to cleaning them up. If MobLand doesn't even believe these storylines are worth watching for more than a minute, why would I bother caring? Seraphina is saved at the last minute. We eventually slow down and get a true scenario in MobLand's closing 10 minutes, where characters are doing more than just exchanging questions. Despite being bound together, Seraphina and Brendan maintain their safety, arguing that they would have been killed in the warehouse. The moment a man sets a chainsaw and a video camera in front of them, her erratic reasoning is put to the test. The two wait for the widowed gangster after realizing that Richie Stevenson, Jeff Bell, is responsible. Jamie Lopez, Jordi Mola, instead shows up. The Mexican cartel the Harrigans wish to join in the fentanyl trade is the Lopez family, whom you may or may not recall. But the group hasn't forgotten that Conrad insulted the Lopez grandfather 30 years ago. We've never met any of them before, and Jamie is the son of the man Conrad insulted. Wait till you hear how Seraphina is saved if it seems like too many degrees of separation. Unfortunately, Brendan's death is as pitiful as his life. Donnie, Alex Fine, the man who frequently shows up at Harry's garage, calls Kat Janet McTeer, a woman of great importance based on her private jet and the stylish design of her phone. I truly believed her plane was going to strafe the warehouse and save the day, but a phone call to Jamie proves adequate. Both the chainsaw and the live stream that Maeve and Conrad are frantically monitoring go off. Kat informs Harry that he owes her, but at most it feels like a half-favor because she only saved Seraphina. We probably won't get much of an explanation, but I'm not sure how Richie fits in with the Moroccans, the Mexicans, Kat, Harry, and the Harrigans. As long as it's hacking people up with chainsaws and sending Eddie with Gina, MobLand doesn't seem to care all that much.